Hi, it's Dr. Julie Gilbert here with Christian Olson, and Rachel will
So
be joining us next week. She's on the road and she's always trying to new things and figure out technology to make sure that she is here with us. But I think they're camping this weekend. But we'll catch her next weekend, next Thursday.
it's not
But
the
yeah,
weekend yet, Dr. Gilbert.
yeah,
Not yet.
it's not. I'm a little too eager for the weekend. But yeah, so Christian he's a fourth year medical student at Western, and he's been with me for the last, coming up on 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, Christian, can you share a little bit about what lifestyle medicine means to you and how you look forward to incorporating it into your practice?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was actually just talking to my dad and telling him about this rotation and how it's been so awesome, loving it. And he asked me, "What's lifestyle medicine?"
Yeah.
So perfect question for him too. Anyway, so yeah, lifestyle medicine. I think I explained first time I came on the program why I got interested in it. But basically, um, there are some things that we can't control. You get in a car crash, maybe you could have done something differently, maybe not, right? Maybe it was somebody else's fault entirely. You get in a car crash, we need good doctors who, good paramedics to get you on the scene, stabilize you, put you in a spinal board, take you to the emergency room. The doctors there assess you, see if, do you have any internal bleeding? Did you get a brain hemorrhage inside your brain, right? Rule out these big scary things and let's take care of. And we are very good at this acute care. We're maybe the best in the world. I don't know. We are very good at it. And we absolutely need those things in medicine. And I'm so grateful that we have doctors who do that. There are some things we can't control, absolutely. But there are so many things that we can control that have a major impact on our health. And that is pretty much enveloped in the lifestyle medicine umbrella. And so the reason I'm so excited to practice lifestyle medicine in the future is because number one, there are things that people have control over, right? You can control what you do during the day, the foods you eat, how you move, how you sleep, how you deal with stress. You can control those things. And number two, oftentimes these are very cheap, very, very cheap. Comparatively, sometimes we look at white rice versus, whole grains, bulgur, quinoa, and the price, it's noticeably different. But if we take a step back and we look at the bigger picture of things, in the long run, cheaper and more efficient to pay a little bit extra money now to be healthy, live healthy, and all of that to prevent us from paying for something in the future. I have no idea if these numbers are accurate, but I just pulled up. I just had AI tell me how much a quadruple coronary bypass surgery would be. So this is a very extensive surgery. And, it depends. If it was just a routine, no complications, maybe anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000. And if there was complications and maybe you needed some blood transfusions and had to stay in the ICU, anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000. So I need to do the math on this, but comparatively speaking, if we can prevent you from building up the cholesterol in your arteries, if we can prevent you from being at risk for having a heart attack and then requiring it, we can save money on medications. You wouldn't need a statin. You wouldn't need anti-blood pressure medications. You would not have a heart attack. So that saves you, maybe not financially, but from the scariness and the chance of death from a heart attack. And you definitely wouldn't need a coronary artery bypass surgery, which could cost anywhere from $50,000 to $200,000. So in the long run, we're saving money on less medications, less surgeries, less scary complications, less emergency room bills. And I'm sure I'm missing a few, but I
Right.
think that is the power of lifestyle
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah. So yeah, lifestyle is powerful. Yes. How you live your life is powerful. And what I hear you saying, Christian, is that you are excited in your practice, because I think you're going into family practice, and you're excited, excuse me, to empower your patients and kind of take back their health. Because a lot of times I think that that people, sometimes we feel that we're a little bit kind of victim of our health conditions, and and a lot of times we do feel powerless regarding them. But what I'm hearing you saying is that you're really looking forward to helping people understand maybe a little bit more how their body works, and how that, with a few changes in the way they're living their lives, their lifestyle, that they can take back their health and prevent so many of these chronic illnesses that they may be experiencing, or is seeing their parents experience. So yeah, so it is so much fun when people have those aha moments, that it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's just one small change at a time. So yeah, so tell me a few things that you kind of picked up in these last couple of weeks that you think you're gonna maybe implement, right away. Or maybe, or here's another question. Have you been motivated or inspired to make any changes in your current lifestyle?
Absolutely. Yeah. Before I answer that question, something I wanted to say, building off of what you said, how we're giving back our patients the ability to, we're giving them back control over their health. And this is a conversation for another day, or maybe another 10 days, right? It's a big conversation, but insurance. A lot of people are angry at insurance companies because of the cost of medications, because they don't cover something that the doctor says they should cover. And the nice thing that, we're not going to talk about that, but the nice thing is lifestyle medicine kind of bypasses the insurance companies.
Right.
You don't need to worry about if your insurance company will pay for whole veggies and exercise.
Right.
Some insurance companies pay for gym memberships, which is great, but gym memberships, you probably can afford that on your own. And so we don't need to worry about insurance. We can just do it ourselves.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. And you don't even need a gym membership necessarily, just maybe a good pair of shoes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Good pair of shoes.
Doesn't have to be expensive.
Some resistance bands.
Right. That's right.
Swimming pool. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So to answer your question, what have I learned in the past few weeks that I want to change about me? Two things. One, I have learned how the smallest changes, they really make such a big difference. And it's really, I've mentioned this to a few patients, but I'll say it again here. When we are either getting more healthy or less healthy. Very rarely are we just staying the same.
Yeah, coasting.
Or coasting, yeah. So when we swap out, perhaps, let's just take food, for example. When we swap out maybe a less healthy food, an unhealthy food, we swap that out and then we replace it with something healthy. It doesn't just keep us, right? When we start eating healthy foods, it doesn't just make us coast. It takes out the negative and it adds a positive. So we can start, I guess, improving our health. We should be going up for improve.
Yeah.
So it's like a double whammy. We change one small thing here, it gets rid of the negative and it adds a positive. So even a small change can make a huge difference in whether I'm on the right track or not, which I think is super important to tell our patients that these small changes, they might not seem like much, but they really do make a big difference.
Yeah.
And the changes that I've wanted to make, I think one of the hardest things to do is with food is knowing how to eat healthy food. And at first, it's like, oh, I don't know how to cook vegetables. Oh, I need all these new recipes. I need, I got to go to the store and spend so much more money. But it is so much easier after I've been working with you and talking to your patients for the past 4 weeks. Something as simple as let's swap out, this normal pasta and let's replace it with a high protein pasta. Super simple. And you can make the same meal and you just upgrade your meal. Or another thing is, instead of thinking that you have to be completely different, you can just, well, I guess I'm saying the same thing. Yeah, you just upgrade little meals here and there. And I've definitely looked at my meals and said, hey, I can swap this out for that. And that's still pretty much the same meal and sometimes even better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I think you'd been working on another goal. I'm putting you on the spot, Christian. So you talked about screen time. So
Yes.
how's that going for you?
Much harder than I thought.
What was your original goal?
Yeah, so my original goal is I noticed that I was on my computer at work. I was on my computer to study at home. And then when I wasn't at work or studying, sometimes I would just be on my phone to relax. And, it was a long day. And so I noticed that I was on my phone at work when I was studying at home all the time. And so my goal was I want to decrease my screen time to only the essential necessary stuff. So when I'm studying and when I'm at work, or if I'm doing something with my family. So try to minimize just my personal time on the phone. And it's really hard. I've been trying to work on it, and there are just so many opportunities when you're in the car. Sometimes when you're in the bathroom.
Sure. Just being real. Just being real.
Yeah, being real. This is real life. When you're at the dinner table, eating lunch, pull out your phone and you start looking at it. And so I've been tracking my goal, and it isn't where I want it to be, but I will still keep working on it to try and.
That's great. Well, it's just so important.
I want to master that habit.
Yeah, I think it's so important as physicians, Christian, that we never kind of feel like we've arrived, or we're always working on something in our own health, which really helps us, I think, be more relatable to our patients, and just keep that human component. We're all human. None of us are perfect. We're all trying to just be a little bit better than before. So yeah, so good for you for working on that. That is a hard one. That screen time is so hard. And it's so important just to be aware.
My phone. I don't want my phone to be in charge of me. Right.
So true. Yeah. You want to be in charge of the phone, not the phone in charge of you. That's so true. Yes. Well, thanks for sharing that. I want to know what are maybe one or two things that you've learned that were really surprising to you, like you didn't think about it that way, or maybe it was a new perspective. I don't know cholesterol. I'm not sure. Maybe yesterday we learned a lot about fructose versus glucose.
Yeah. So I have learned throughout these past 4 weeks, Dr. Gilbert, when she's talking with her patients, will say something and it'll pique my interest, and I'll be like, I never learned about that in med school. And then I'll look it up, and lo and behold, it's true. And so, a few examples, the dangers of fructose. It might not raise your blood sugar or your blood insulin right away, but it has a hidden effect. It is actually more damaging than regular sugar, and it goes straight to the liver. And we always blame glucose, which we kind of should, but fructose, nobody talks about enough, and it really is a key. It's pretty powerful. So that's one example. But perhaps my biggest takeaway from working with you is how important how to talk to my patients. I think I've always been a people person, and I've always been able to talk with my patients good,
Mhm.
and in a professional manner. But I've really learned how to, ask one step further. What's a good
Mhm.
question to help my patient just think about something one step further,
Mhm.
um, until we can really find out what's going on. Because sometimes we talk about some pretty personal stuff, and you usually don't just share what's really on your mind or in your heart right away. Sometimes it takes
Mhm.
a few minutes, it takes a few questions till finally you say, you know what, this is really what it is.
Mhm. This
And
is
then
it.
once
Yeah.
we find that deep thingy that we're really concerned about, we're really struggling with, then we can make a plan and we
Mhm.
can talk about it. And so going through that whole process and really helping our patients see that they are making progress, even though it's slow, even though it's minimal sometimes. And I feel like all the patients, especially the ones that have come in really kind of having a hard day down on themselves, we've been able to pull some positive things and send them away feeling more motivated, feeling
Mhm.
better about themselves, giving
Mhm.
themselves more grace than when they came in.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. Yeah. Yeah. Really checking in with their self-talk and, yeah, helping them maybe shift their thinking or say something just a little bit differently. And it can make all the difference. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So lifestyle medicine is probably the best medicine. I've said this over and over than, I've ever practiced. And, it's just such a thrill to, work with people and help, give them, empower them to really take back their health and improve the quality of their life for the rest of their lives. And yeah, and then to share that with medical students like you, Christian, that's just a joy to me. And to see you and previous students really want to kind of take up the mantle of lifestyle medicine and practice medicine, the art of medicine well. It encourages me and makes me feel hopeful for our future. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
It's one thing I wanted to add, speaking of the lifestyle medicine, is as we've been going through our patients, they'll come in with a new diagnosis or something new, and almost every diagnosis, I've thought in my mind, well, we're already doing what will help this patient. We're
Hmm.
already trying to move a little
Yeah.
bit more, eat a little bit healthier, improve our quality and our quantity of sleep, manage stress better, connect with others on a more personal level, think about others more, think about yourself less, right? All of those things that we want our patients to do, all the new problems that our patients have come with, we're already doing what would help that. And
Mhm.
so if there was a drug, if there was a medication that you could take that had almost zero side effects and it helped 20 different things in 20 different
Mhm.
conditions at once, kind of like the GLP-1s, they have side effects, but we're starting to see that they're good for diabetes, weight loss, heart health, maybe even alcohol addiction, right? They're good and amazing drugs. But if we had a pill that had zero side effects or very minimal and was good for 50 different conditions,
Mhm.
super cheap, everybody would be
Everybody
taking
be taking
that.
it.
Yep. And that's what
Yeah,
lifestyle medicine is.
that's what lifestyle is. That's right. Well, that's right. So, Christian, we wish you the best, and we
Thank you.
will be back next Thursday to continue our conversation about GLP-1s
I won't be
with
here,
great.
but
Yeah,
you guys will
yeah.
do
You'll
great
be
without me.
moving on, which is good. And yeah, we'll be back next week with Rachel. In the meantime, stay healthy, everybody. All right.
Nice to meet
Bye bye.
everybody. Have a good one.